Hey everyone, Tommy Marquez here, back inside the Update studio for another edition of Inside the Leaderboard presented by Bear Complex. With only 1 week left to go, we're going to focus today's segment primarily on the race for regionals and anyone who may be on the bubble or is hoping to get an invite to the next round. So what we did here in our first couple of graphics is calculated the projected cut line for every single region for both men and women. So depending on how many athletes your region sends to the next stage, this is the projected points total that the last person guaranteed an invite should have based on their average performance through the first 5 scored events thus far. So if you look at the top line for Africa Middle East, who sends 20 athletes in each division, the 20th place male should finish with about 254 points, and the 20th place female, 197 points, give or take 1 or 2. The points totals vary wildly from region to region, and that's amplified by some of the changes we've made this year. We notably split Europe into 3 regions, as you can see on this page, or the split of Latin America into 2 regions as well. But even for regions that didn't see any boundary changes or splits, we've made some adjustments that have moved the target line for athletes, for example, in the Northeast. At the top of the screen here, they've typically received 20 spots to the East Regional, but have consistently been one of the strongest regions performance-wise, so their number of spots to regionals got bumped up to 25 this year. And if you're an athlete close to the bubble, be sure to keep these numbers in mind for your reference as you tackle 18.5 this week. And speaking of the bubble, there are still some big names on the bubble this week, and with some familiar names from past weeks on the bubble, we've updated their current placement and what they'll need to ensure a spot at regionals. Most notably, Dakota Rager still has a lot of work to do and needs a ton of help in the process, but this year's been full of surprises and crazier things have happened. And speaking of surprises, yesterday Director of the Games Dave Castro announced a huge surprise when he told everyone that you guys, the community, are going to decide what we're going to do for the final workout of this year's Open. We're going to do so via a Facebook Live fan poll, so be sure to tune in at 3 p.m. Pacific today on Facebook Live and comment in the comment section below to cast your vote. That's going to do it for this edition of Inside the Leaderboard, presented by Bear Complex. Please choose wisely in the fan poll, and I'll see you guys next week.